Pharma it is, and pharma is where the focus lies. In fact, before anything else, let me just go across to my colleague Pankaj, who joins us with all the trends that are influencing the pharmaceutical sector. Pankaj.
Thanks for that, Tanveer and Aisha. Let's just look at the pharma sector. And, if you look at the Nifty Pharma Pack, that's up about 13% in the last 1 month. Who would have thought that on numbers which are slightly lower than estimates, the index itself would grow about 13.5%, as you can see on your screen. The last 3-month move is close to about 15%, and it's been led by large caps. So you can look at a DV's Lab up 20% in 1 month, up 20% in the last 3 months. You have a Dr. Reddy's, which is up 27% in the last 3 months, but majority of those gains, 20% has come in the last 1 month. And, the list can just go on. So you have a Aurobindo Pharma in this list. You have a Sun Pharma in this list. We'll just flip this. So Aurobindo is up about 15. Sun Pharma is up about 14%. Sun Pharma in the last 3 months since the Halol resolution is up about 41%. That's the sort of move that a name like Sun Pharma has given in the last 3 months. So, extremely strong in terms of movement, which has come in as far as Lupin is concerned, as far as some of these names are concerned. Now let's try and, look at the valuations as well. So it's not particularly cheap now. Sun used to be about 20 times. It's now become close to about 30 times. You have Lupin, which is at 30 times 1 year forward. Sun Pharma 33, Aurobindo 22. It used to be 17, 18, and Cipla at about 29 times. So this is the sort of move that you're seeing in terms of valuation. So they are no longer particularly cheap. Now you come down and look at the management commentary, what management have said. So firstly, rupee move, that is the depreciation of rupee, which we have been covering, will be aiding margins. Then you come down and look at different companies giving commentary. So Lupin says that they see a strong Q2 as far as overall Q2, Q3 is concerned, and they are expecting a strong number going ahead. There were some unit clearances, names like Halol, Unit 4, DV's important unit, and all of them have particularly contributed to growth. In terms of the commentary, Lupin says they see limited incremental US pricing pressure. Aurobindo say expect strong growth recovery in H2. Sun Pharma says specialty drug, specialty business, which is their new investment foray, will drive their FY19 growth. Not only this, Lawrence Belanco of CLSA, who is a well-known technical analyst, has said that Indian pharma has bottomed out. Nifty Pharma has bottomed out, and they have seen a bottoming out formation. However, they only like one stock within this name, which is Sun Pharma. They initiated at about 600 rupees. That is as far as Lawrence Belanco Technicals is concerned, and they believe that the up move would continue. It is one of the largest since end of 2015.
Okay, Pankaj, we'll leave it at that. In fact, take this conversation in pharmaceuticals and where there's value along with Gurudatta GG, the Director and CEO at Estima Pharma Solutions. Mr. Gurudatta, morning. Thank you so much for taking the time out and joining us. What is your own sense of the outlook in the pharma business, considering pricing pressure still is prevalent in US? Do you think that US pricing pressure will continue to now be subdued, especially given the kind of spree of US FDA approvals that we are getting for Indian pharmaceutical majors? Do you think the two can actually balance out the pressure of approvals on one end and US pricing pressure on the other?
Yes, considering this a lot of approvals which we are getting it into various pharma companies where a lot of products are getting approved, the US pressure is going to be subdued because of a lot of generics are getting approved and number of players in the generic market is increasing. Once, if at all we have a more number of generic players over there, automatically pricing pressure is going to be there. So, number of depending upon the number of generic molecules approvals, pressure US pricing pressure is going to be subdued continuously further also. Because of this, we need to be really working on selection of the product and how many number of players are there in the market, and based on that do the complete market potential analysis and then only go ahead in submitting the dossier or developing the product for the new market.
Do you think that competition is brewing and that's a big threat, or at this juncture, you just feel that with the regulatory overhang easing, that just paves the way for more growth opportunities really coming in for pharma majors?
Yes, since the last 3 years before, we had a lot of issues with respect to warning letters and import alerts and all. And since last 1 year, and we are seeing the lot of facilities are getting clearance. Taking an example of Sun Pharma Halol facility, which they have got cleared it recently. Divi's Laboratories has cleared the import alert as well as warning letter. With this as a trend, a lot of other companies are also getting cleared with respect to US FDA approvals. So because of this, as you know very well that whenever there is a warning letter, you will not start getting the new product approvals. Since the warning letters are getting cleared, automatically your new products approval are there in the continuous basis. And take a current example of Sun Pharma. After getting the warning letter cleared, a lot of products got approved already. And in the same way, Aramid also is getting a lot of new products approval. And with this kind of release of pressure for the Indian pharma market, automatically number of products are getting approved are more.
Okay, so where do you see complex drugs are actually headed when it comes to Indian pharmaceutical industry? I mean, will growth and margins for Indian pharma come from complex, or do you think they're going to come from biosimilar drugs?
See, biosimilar, it has a different aspect altogether. Biosimilar, definitely it has a big market over there, and you will, whenever you enter into the biosimilar, you will get major market share over there in the entire US as well as other parts of the world. Keeping it aside the biosimilars per se, when you come to the other R&D products or the new product developments, and if you have a complex product available with respect to the clinical trials, with respect to the bioavailability and bioequivalent studies, definitely you have an edge over there. And you have to always see the patent expiry, and based on that, when you will be the first generic over there, you will get a 180 days exclusivity also. Taking an example, as yesterday it was published in ET Now, where Strides Pharma Science has got 2 ANDA approvals, and both of them can be, they might get the exclusivity of 180 days. And approximate volume of this is about $550 million US. If at all any companies are going to work in this particular kind of sector or this kind of product selection, automatically you have an edge over other products with respect to the current, the new generics, as well as the NDA molecules, as well as the first generic molecules also.
Right. How much is the potential of biosimilars in this opportunity set? I mean, I know you've talked about it already, but I want to, I would request you to put some numbers to it, because now it seems like everybody with, the overhang regulatory-wise easing off, it just seems like everybody wants to grab a piece of that opportunity.
Yes, a lot of companies in India also, they are already working on the biosimilars. Take an example of Biocon. They have recently got approval from European agency as well as US FDA for the biosimilar product. In the same way, other companies are also already working on this. But the extent which we are working, or the Indian companies are working, are very less compared to the other companies in Europe as well as in South Korea. A lot of companies are already investing huge amount of money with respect to biosimilars product development and all in South Korea, and they are getting faster approvals, and definitely that is with the aid of US companies over there with a joint collaboration in South Korea. In the same way, even Indian companies are also working on the joint collaboration mode for the biosimilars. There is a big market for the biosimilars even in India also, and many companies are working on it, and many companies will be successful in the biosimilar market as well from Indian market.
Okay, Mr. Gurudatta, thank you so much for really highlighting what's going on with the pharmaceutical space, and more importantly, with all these approvals coming in, where exactly is Indian pharma positioned as opposed to the global peers. Thanks so much for taking the time out.